Welcome to BS with Tommy and Wes.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to BS with Tommy and Wes. I am Wesley Crane, and I'm here on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon, but when you listen to it, Wednesday morning, with my heterosexual life mate, Tommy. Tommy, how's it going?
Yes, it is true. We are still heterosexual life mates. It will never, ever end, because when you have a life mate, they don't go away. I am great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
How do you feel?
I feel fantastic. I feel alive.
Nice. All right. But are you hurting?
No, not at all. I feel great.
I have no idea how you are not in so much pain.
It so it was a crazy night because I left Tulsa to go do this event, and for the first time in a long time, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't scared. I didn't care. It was almost as if I was going into it with no care. It was liberating.
Yeah, and of course, we're talking about Death Triad.
Yes, WrestleRave's Death Triad 3. This is the third one they've done at the Houston Premier Arena. Well, hold on. Let me backtrack. I don't know if it was the third one at that arena, but it was the third Death Triad that WrestleRave has put on. This one happened to take place at the Houston Premier Arena. If you've never been to the Houston Premier Arena, it's sketchy.
I could tell by the videos I've seen all the time.
It's sketchy. My buddy Dylan bought a ticket. He bought the VIP ticket, and he rode up there with me. And as we're getting close to the venue, I remember him being like, "We sure we're not like we should probably lock the car when we get out." Like, it's one of those kind of things.
These are your favorite types of venues.
Yeah. But Death Triad 3 was an absolute blast. I wrestled twice that night. So first round, opening round, it was myself versus the infamous Killa Cash versus Matty Ite. And I can honestly say this is the first time I've ever been in the ring with Matty, and he was an absolute lunatic. Dude was up for anything, and he gave it just as well as he could take it. So
Yeah, 2 replacements too.
yeah,
Both of your opponents in that first round were not originally supposed to be in this tournament.
yeah. It was originally scheduled for myself, Stud Stash, and Eric Dillinger, and unfortunately, Eric couldn't make it. My thoughts and prayers are with him and his family, with whatever they may be going through at the time. But Eric couldn't make it, and so they put Matty in place. They also had to replace Shane Mercer because Dillinger was Shane's ride, and no matter how they tried to configure it, they just couldn't make it work. So they switched the card around, and my round one was going to be myself, Stud Stash, and Matty. Stud Stash got moved, and infamous Killa Cash was in his place. If you've never seen Killa Cash wrestle, my God, watch that man work, because it's amazing.
He has an aura about him,
Yes.
too. Like, I've never on this level of the wrestling scene seen somebody just raise his arm and tell everybody to rise, and then they do it.
They do it.
They do it. An entire crowd will get on their feet for him.
I've wrestled Killa Cash now a couple times, and every single time you're in there with him, you look across the ring from him, and you do have a slight bit of regret for stepping between the ropes in the first place. He opened the match as soon as they finished his intro. Opened the match by just heaving a steel chair at me.
Jeez.
It split me wide open, like right in the intro. There was no room for play. It was all business right then and there. I was able to come out of round one victorious over Killa Cash, However, I'm not the most pleased with it.
Mm.
Even though like one of the craziest things happened, like Cash never gives up. He does not tap out. He's a complete monster of a man. And I was somehow able to wrap a rear naked choke around him and bite him in the forehead at the same time, which caused him to give. You could just hear him screaming like, I give, quit it. So, I mean, that's cool that I was able to do that. However, it was a little bit bittersweet because it's not how I wanted to win. I wanted to win by pinning my opponent's shoulders to the mat. And the thought of pinning Cash's shoulders to the mat is something that I really wish I could have done, because that is very impressive considering the size of Killer Cash.
Right. Yeah. But to be fair, you have done it before.
I have.
It's just been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But you got the win in the first round. That sent you all the way to the finals.
Yes.
So before we hit the climax, let me get mine out the way.
Yeah.
So we can come back to yours and we can finish with a bang. I had Duke Cornell this weekend, former Have member.
Yeah.
Me and him.
Yeah.
We've had a little thing going on where he just keeps no-showing all my matches against him. He did that twice. Twice he did that. Very upsetting. But no, we finally got to have our big payoff this Saturday at This Is Wrestling out in Claremore. We had a really good match. In fact, we had such a good match. This is the main reason I really wanted to talk about this. We had such a good match that it was one gentleman's first time at this show, and he came over and he bought one of my 8x10s for $100.
No fucking way.
He hit us. And we opened the show. I'm not going to sit here and say we had the best match of the night. I do think we had a really good match, but there was also a bunch of other really good stuff. We had the very last match of STF, which is unfortunate because they owe us one.
They do.
So if you listen to this, JD and Alex, fuck you. Fight us.
I don't care if it's on a show or in JD's property. Like, just fight us.
We'll show up to our WrestleMania watch party.
Yep.
That's right. But they had their last match with Derek James and Kate Fights, Subject to Death, also known as STD, which, to be fair, they got the win. They had a great match, but all four of those guys should be really proud of what they put on. They commanded the audience all from start to finish. So kudos to all those guys. Congratulations to STF on a tag team career. Can't wait to see what those guys are notes. Now, that's out the way. Back to you. You went to the finals.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier that you were supposed to have Stud Stash in the first round,
Yes.
and he got moved.
Yeah, he did. He got moved to a different match. I can't remember all of the participants. I think it was Psycho, I believe was the name.
Yeah.
Then you had Lowrider,
Mhm.
and then you had Stud Stash.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to try not to get super duper heated here, because during this match, the three gentlemen made their way outside the arena into the parking lot. They were brawling all over the parking lot. There was just a massive crowd surrounding them. It looked like a movie scene where like you got the ring of people and then a fight pit. It looked cool as shit. However, I later went out to my vehicle to relax a little bit, and I come to find blood smeared across the hood of my car. And not a little bit. It looked like a massacre had taken place on the hood of my car. Now, I was upset, not because there was blood on my car. I was upset because when my wife would have seen this, she would murder me.
There's gonna be more blood.
I was not worried about the blood on my car. I was worried about dying by the hands of my wife.
You get home and she thinks you're taking it way too seriously now. It's supposed to just be a gimmick.
I was frustrated. Luckily, I was able to get it cleaned off for the most part, and all's good there. I did later watch a clip recap of the show back, and found out that they also were like on top of the van and were like running and jumping off the top of the van and all this other stuff, which is crazy. Guys, if you're in a match where you go out and you fight in the parking lot, don't touch anyone's car unless it's your own. then fuck it up. I don't give a shit what you do with your car. But like,
But don't touch anybody else's car.
yeah,
That's just basic human decency.
right.
Just because you're performing doesn't mean you're also going to be a shithead,
Exactly.
you know? So stay the fuck off of people's cars.
But Stud Stash did advance in that match, thank God, because he was an absolute gem to be in the ring with.
Right.
In the finals, it came down to myself, Stud Stash, and the Wrestle Rave Deathmatch champion, Dmitry Alexandrov,
Some nobody.
which
Hooking. I love you.
oh, man, the stuff he's done. It's just, I can't gush enough about Dmitry. He started in Oklahoma as a little guy, like running a camera for UWE. He said he wanted to get into it, and everybody thought he was like kind of a joke, like he would never really do anything. And he was the one that broke out of Oklahoma and like started making waves in the Texas scene first.
Yeah. He's brought a lot of us over there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I honestly cannot give him his flowers enough.
Yeah. But I give Dimitri a lot of shit, but we love the guy. He has done a lot for the Texas scene, just completely in general. Like he's built like his own corner over there too.
He really has.
Yeah.
But the finals, myself, Stud Stash, Dmitry, I mean, out the gate, utter chaos. Dmitry and I decided we're gonna start some shit off. We both threw bundles of light tubes at Stud Stash and just started fucking going. It was nonstop chaos from start to finish. Light tubes, gusset plates, skewers. We had syringes. There were, I mean, you name it, we used it. There was blood everywhere. At one point, I was stapling money to Stud Stash. At another point, he was pulling me up the ramp in a shopping cart. And then Dmitry decided he was going to heave a chair at me as I'm defenseless in a shopping cart. So needless to say, me and shopping carts don't get along. Luckily, this was all elimination based. We eliminated Stud Stash first. Stud Stash first. With the old Kaiju Killers combo of the Emerald Flosion and the attack from the top. We used to do it as the double stomp. However, in this case, we had a door with a bunch of light tubes on it, and the positioning of it couldn't work out for the double stomp. So I went with a tack bat. So I smacked Stud Stash in the back with a tack bat. Dmitry drove him through the light tubes with the Emerald Flosion 1, 2, 3. Stud Stash was out of there, which then prompted Dmitry and I to bash each other in the head with multiple light tubes.
36 to be exact.
It was so many. It was just like, finally, we just start duking it out, punching each other in the face, double headbutt. We both grabbed a whole thing of skewers and then skewered each other in the forehead before eventually meeting each other back in the middle with a double boot to the face. Eventually, Dmitry would be victorious. I can't fault the guy. He gave me the super flosion from the middle rope through a bundle of light tubes, and then all of a sudden I had to pee really bad, so I kicked out at one and stood up, telling him to promptly fuck off. And then he hit me in the face with a door and gave me the red spiral for the win.
I didn't have to pee anymore.
I did not have to pee anymore. I had a blast, man. It reinvigorated something in me, and I want more.
Good, man. I guess you can officially say well, do you want to say that you are officially a deathmatch guy?
I wouldn't say that I'm a deathmatch guy. I would say that I'm a pro wrestling guy.
Yeah,
Because you're going to see me in death matches. You're going to see me in regular matches. You're going to see me in thumb wrestling matches. Bitch, we're going all the way in every type of wrestling there is.
yes. There you go. I had to point that out because, like, I wouldn't consider myself a deathmatch wrestler.
No.
I wouldn't even consider myself a hardcore wrestler. Not really. I would consider myself a pro wrestler that can also do hardcore wrestling.
Exactly.
Now, when it comes to the whole deathmatch scene, I don't think I've actually full-blown had a real deathmatch. I think I've kind of towed the line a little bit here, like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing.
Sure.
Like, I've done a lot of stuff. I've wrestled Masada. I've done skewers. I've played with some syringes here and there, but I've never like full blown crossed that line. Maybe one day I will, and hopefully it'll be against someone like Dimitri, just so I could have somebody carry me for once.
For sure.
So I would like to do that one day, but it is easy for you to do just a little bit of something, and then you get a label put on you.
Oh, absolutely.
I just wrestled Masada once, and then I was labeled as a deathmatch guy.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's wild. We're definitely going to get you down to Wrestle Rave and hopefully even more places down in that area of Texas, kind of dip your toes into that more southern region.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you this crazy story. It has nothing to do with wrestling, but I've been around my mother-in-law a lot more lately.
Mhm.
She is without a doubt one of the funniest people I think I've ever met. She has such a sense of humor about her that it makes you want to choke the life out of her, but it's also one of those things that you can't stop laughing at. So it's hilarious. The other day I walked into the apartment and she has a clothes hanger upside down, so she's holding it by the hook part and she's going down the room with it. And I ask her, what are you doing? What are you trying to achieve? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm measuring for a closet. With a coat hanger? She's like, yeah, this is it's girl math. Don't question it. I was like, okay. You know what? To her degree, it didn't work out. So I don't know what the fuck she was doing. But shout out to her for trying. But like measuring something, like measuring the distance with a coat hanger was definitely a first for me. I then told her that her phone actually has a measuring app that she had just done it with.
Yes.
And she was like, well, now you tell me.
Well, you know what? If your stepmother had listened to our previous episode, she would have known that the best way to measure something is a dick length.
That dick length. I don't know, then she would, shout out to that second episode, man. If you're listening to this, go back and listen to that one. Almost said watch. We don't have video here yet. Go back and listen to that second episode because it is very, very good. And besides, we still need more answers for our dodgeball game. Absolutely.
Right now, I think I'm in the lead. I've had like 3 messages.
Yeah. You're winning this dodgeball tournament right now.
All right. Well, we'll give it till let's say Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's say Christmas. Whoever has the most like votes, whoever loses gets pelted with dodgeballs.
Okay.
That 6 dodgeballs by me. If I win, then you have to sit there and get pelted by 3 dodgeballs apiece by me and Eddie LeBon.
Firing range.
Me and Eddie LeBon. And if you win, we'll get Anthony Wilde up here, and you and Anthony Wilde will pelt me with dodgeballs.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Eddie LeBon and Anthony Wilde have no idea that they're already in this. We just volunteered them for something, and they're not going to find out until Christmas Day.
They'll find out soon.
Or it'll be under their tree.
Yeah. We're just going to go kidnap them.
There you go. Man. All right. Well, that covers our wrestling for this past weekend. What do we got coming up?
Excuse me. The next...
Can we even say what we got next? Because I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise or what.
Well,
I'm not sure.
no, we're going to say it now. One, I'm not going to do that before we go out because that sucks.
Thor, yes, he just had his first dick.
Oh, take a big ass rip and all of a sudden, so I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but at this point I don't give a shit because I am so fucking tired of body bags and their placement in our matches. The last time we were down at MPX, we both ended up in one.
We did. I didn't fit.
Pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, dude. So look, before you go on your tangent, let's just kind of recap a little bit. So we lost our MPX titles to the Scorn in a body bag match.
Yeah.
Where the only way to win is by putting both your opponents into separate body bags.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah. So here was the problem, right? First of all, when you look into the ring, there was only one body bag. So bullshit. It was bullshit. We had Tommy Prince in a body bag, and there wasn't a second one to put Gabe in.
Asshole.
And then we got jumped by like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I was hit in the head pretty hard with the kendo sticks. I don't know if I got this right, but I'm pretty sure we were jumped by at least like 18 dudes. Bitches. And then once we were down and beat, Then they decided to bring out a second hidden body bag, which I promptly did not fit in.
You're a big motherfucker.
I am a large individual. I am 255 pounds right now. I am 6'3", and I did not fit in this small body bag. Weirdly enough, I feel like I would have fit in the one that you were in.
You think so?
I think I could have fit in the one that you were in.
You just duck your head.
Maybe. I don't know. But here was the problem, right? And this is pulling back the curtain a little bit. So if you don't want to, know a little bit of the secrets, stop listening now. Skip forward by about like 45 seconds, maybe a minute. The zipper was broke. So not only did I not fit in this body bag, but they couldn't even zip it up. Even if I did fit, they wouldn't have been able to zip it up. So they promptly faced the zipper part away from hard cam, and they pretended to zip it up and then rolled me on top of the crease.
You know what?
So technically, we haven't lost.
Kudos for that match is still going.
It's still going right now. Like, it's not gonna end until we come back. But I was in that body bag, unzipped, face down, and I'm like, it's fucking hot in here. And then Cedric comes over. He's like, how you doing? I was like, it's fucking hot. Go unzip him. I was like, I can only imagine how you're feeling.
It's like a sauna.
Yeah, it was hot, man.
If it's, let's say that it's 75 degrees out there while you're wrestling in the ring, I bet you it's at least 85 in the back.
I fucking wish it was 75.
You get out there and all of a sudden you just start
Every time we get out there, it somehow becomes 90 degrees.
It's so hot. And that's even with the air conditioner. Right? I don't understand how it happens. Maybe it's just all the bodies and breath.
But yeah, so we lost the match, unfortunately. The only thing we left with was a small little split in the back of my head, and nothing else.
Which you have one in the back of your head. I now have one on the top of my head.
Yeah.
We have matching slits, Tommy.
That was a crisp high five for you listeners. We will be back. We will be back down in MPX.
Yep.
We have nothing this Saturday.
Nope.
We have a very rare Saturday off. It's more rare for me than it is for you these days, I'd probably say.
Yep.
Because I'd say that's you're more of like a I would say, I don't know if you'd say this, I would classify you as more of a bigger deal, like when you show up, it's a little bit more special than it is for your average like Oklahoma indie guy. I'd say
an attraction of sorts.
Yeah. So you don't really take a lot of like filler bookings, I would say.
Yeah.
And people are going to take that term and misconstrue it. So don't overthink it, please. But we don't have a show this Saturday.
Nope.
But we will be back at Metroplex Wrestling.
December 7th. It's going to be a fucking blast because we're going to kick some ass.
Don't know what we're doing yet.
Nope. Except for, we do know one thing. There will be cinnamon rolls.
There will be fucking cinnamon rolls. We're going to force feed Gabe Wilder a cinnamon roll while we shove Tommy Prince's head up his ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
Style.
I said that like a joke. Fucking doing it now.
Doing it now.
I'm taking this clip. This clip will be clipped.
Yeah.
And posted online.
Yep.
So if you're listening to this, Gabe Wilder, Tommy Prince, fucking stuff your faces now while you can, because I'm going to finish the job. Gabe's going to get a mouthful of cinnamon, and Tommy's going to get a mouthful of a different kind of cinnamon.
Gabe's cinnamon ring.
Gabe's cinnamon. You can lick my goddamn cinnamon roll clean. Kick once all the way to bald hell, bitch. So you've been warned.
Y'all guys are fucked.
Oh, well, you could say they'll be scorned for life.
It's corny. So, Tommy, do you have anything in your personal life that we should make the audience aware of?
Yes, I got a new job, as I mentioned. I think 2 episodes ago, or 1 episode. Yeah, 2 episodes ago. I now work for ADT Security. So if you need home security, please let me know. I will take care of your needs. And if you don't, I'll just break into your house.
Yeah.
That way you need it.
Get hooked up regardless.
Yeah, one way or another, I'm gonna get your business. See, might as well just come from.
Exciting shit. All right. I'm pretty excited because like I run a digital content company, and recently we've opened photography services. We currently have 3 senior photography sections and 2 corporate headshot sessions scheduled out in the next couple of weeks. So that's kind of cool. So if you and your business you or your business is in need of any photography services, graphic design services, videography services, anything to deal with content creation, or hell, if you need a full-blown digital content overhaul to elevate your business and drive more customers to your website or through your door, email at digitalcranemedia@gmail.com, or you can check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Digital Crane Media.
Boom.
Yeah.
There we go.
Tommy, I got a question for you.
What's up?
Would you rather walk on a rollerblade on your left shoe for the rest of your life, or have an angry little person walking in front of you just slightly slower than you want to go for the rest of your life?
For the rest of my life.
For the
Okay,
rest of your
what
life.
define like? Okay, are they just every time I'm on my feet in front of me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I think I have to go with the rollerblade. Also, I'm turning that into a gimmick. I can turn that into a gimmick and work it. Like I can't just have a person walking slightly slower in front of me for the rest of my life. I have to be places. Like if I gotta go to the bathroom, is he just gonna be in front of me at the bathroom the whole time?
Yeah, I would assume that he would.
Is he just a part of my life now?
Yeah, I think so. You get to the stall or the urinal, and I think he just either. Ooh, would he like get behind you and like tap on your back and be like, "Hurry up!" the whole time you're doing it, or would he just turn around and open his mouth?
I was gonna think whatever you would say second would probably be the right answer because that first one doesn't make sense. But then you said what you said. No, I think I gotta go with the foreign race.
So he's just behind.
Every time I'm on a toilet, he's not knocking on the door. He's in there with me just the whole time.
All right. Hypothetically, let's put you in a single state. Okay. So you're single. Yep. You can have sex with one person, any one person, but they die afterward. Who are you choosing?
I'll tell you what, party kid's gonna get real sick of these hypothetical questions real soon. So they would die instantly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Like as you finished.
how selfish do I want to get? Do I get selfish or am I doing this for the greater good? I don't know, Elon Musk. I'm biting the bullet for all humanity. I'm gonna fuck you, Elon. I'm gonna fuck you.
You're stopping iRobot from happening.
Yes, exactly.
That's what you're doing.
I'm being a hero here.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. I'm being a hero.
The first ever Oklahoma superhero.
Yep. I'm gonna fuck you, Elon. Take your money. Take your coin.
All right, now let's bring it back a little bit with a little bit of like sentimentalness, I guess. If you could have footage from one memorable moment of your life, what moment would that be?
There's an easy answer that I'm going to say no to, actually. And I'll get to that. But if I could have one photographic memory, it's got to be my first pair of tits, right?
Your first pair of tits. I love that I was just like, we're gonna make this all sweet and sentimental, and you're like, tits.
So the first thing that came to my mind was like the day my son was born, the day Dean was born. Sure. But here's the thing. Let me tell you a little story. When Dean was born, here's what I had two thoughts in my head. One, why is he purple? And two, that is the fattest little nutsack I've ever seen on a child ever. So I don't think I'll take that one. So maybe we'll skip about 5 minutes later when he was wrapped in a towel and I was holding it. Well, let's go with that one instead.
I'm fucking dying. Oh my God.
Let's go with that. The first time I held my son, we'll go with that one.
That's great. That is a fantastic answer.
I watched him come out of the stomach. It was a C-section. I watched him come out of the stomach and it was very traumatizing.
So like neither one of my kids were C-sections. They were both like traditionally born, if we can say that. Or like would traditionally born be the correct phrasing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So they were both like vaginal births. So watching a C-section would just be crazy for me. I know I can handle it. I just don't know. I can't picture it in my brain. You know what I'm talking about? Like anything that I can think of, I can usually picture pretty well. But a C-section, I can't picture that.
I didn't think it would affect me like it did. But just seeing my baby mama's like just stomach
Midsection.
flapped over like a baked croissant. It was not pleasant.
Oof. I have one more question for you. This one's going to be a little bit more in depth. So you have 5 magic tokens. How are you going to spend them? You can spend 1 token for any sports championship of your choice.
Okay.
You can spend 1 token to choose any chick to sleep with. You can choose 1 token for $50,000. You can go 2 tokens for a +1 point on your 10 scale for yourself. You can go 2 tokens for a 1-year paid salary without working a single minute. You can go 4 tokens for free food for life, or you can go 4 tokens for free booze for life.
I think I'm gonna use 2 tokens.
Okay.
On the paid salary.
Okay.
So that's 2 tokens, right, for a paid salary for a whole year.
Yep. So you have 3.
I'm gonna do that twice.
Okay. So you're getting 2 years of a paid salary.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
And then I'm gonna use 1 token to sleep with my fiance whenever I want, and it's gonna be at the most inconvenient time.
You're at the checkout line at Come and Go. Oh.
It's gonna be while she's like in the middle of a busy rush at work, and I'm just gonna show up like I'm bringing her lunch. And when she opens up the box, it's not gonna be no food. There's gonna be this token, and then she's gonna look up, and it's just gonna be me doing the smile gimmick in the corners.
So you're getting 2 years paid salary, no work, and then you're definitely sleeping with your fiance just at any point while she's at work.
Yes, in front of Sean and everybody.
That's amazing. Man, I don't even know how I would spend those tokens. I'm probably gonna spend 4 of them on the free food for life, and then I'm gonna take that last remaining token and get the 50,000 because I don't mind working. I really enjoy working. I'm a creative being, and especially like running my own company, it gives me that outlet to do different things for different people and companies. I mean, from like your traditional corporate stuff to like cheer companies to wrestlers to you name it and we've done it. It's just a vast array in the creative space. So I think I could still work and not have a problem. But 50 grand and free food for life, boy, that's you could at that point diet however you want without any worry.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'll take any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to Who Hot 3 days a week.
Who Hot is, I will say this, since I've shown you Who Hot,
Mm-hmm.
I think that I've created a monster.
You have. I was at Who Hot last night.
Who Hot is a Mongolian grill here in Tulsa. If you have a Genghis grill where you live, it's similar to Genghis Grill. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. You go, you put the stuff in your bowl, you'll watch them cook it, and then you just pig out.
It's amazing.
It truly is magical.
Me and my my other buddy Dylan, shout out to Dylan when you're listening to this, fuck boy. We go as much as we can, which for him, he literally goes every week.
That's amazing.
He literally goes every week. I go whenever I can, and whenever I go, he's always there with me. And we are at a point now where we basically get the same thing every time. My portions fluctuate a little bit here and there. If there's a new sauce, I'll try it. But for the most part, we get the same thing every time we go now.
You've dialed it in.
Yes, we're locked in, as the kids say.
We're locked in. There was a moment or like a point in time where I was the same way. Like I was going so often that like I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was going to get. Now I don't know that it would be the same because it's been a minute. I think the last time I went was with you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a minute. I think that now either I would rely on those nifty little cards that give you a recipe that they have on all the tables, if one of them looked good, or I would cover my eyes, throw whatever I reached for in the bowl, and it would be a little surprise.
I'd say the only thing that changes for me when I'm there is like if I'm dieting or not, I won't get noodles when I'm there. That's the only thing.
Have you
I'll just
tried
stick
their
to rice?
Do they still have the zucchini noodles?
They do.
Have you tried them?
Nah.
You
I'll just do my rice.
just do your rice.
Just do my rice. Okay. I love. We've talked about it. I love pasta so much that if you try to change pasta for me, it ruins it.
It ruins.
I've had squash noodles. I don't like them. Like there is a protein, pasta out there that I do enjoy, but like when it comes to like chickpea noodles and like anything like that, I hate it. I can't do it. Do you have anything else before we get to our last topic of the day?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, Wesley Crane, we're going to play a little bit of a game here.
Okay.
And there is something on the line.
Okay.
We're going to play a classic game that everybody knows called Two Truths for One Lie, where we take turns. We tell each other 3 statements, 2 of which are true, 1 of which is a lie, and then you have to guess the lie. One of us will go, we'll guess, do whatever. The next person will go, guess, do whatever.
Okay.
2 truths, 1 lie. There is a forfeit. Next time we are here, we're recording a podcast. The loser of this game, if there is a loser, we could both be winners. I think regardless, if we both win or if we both lose, we just both do the forfeit.
Okay.
So that way there's more pressure.
Okay.
So whoever loses will have to basically be interviewed by the other person while taking shots of hot sauce.
Yeah.
And yes, I said shots as in plural. I don't know if you planned for that, but that's what I'm doing.
Fuck.
Minimum of 3, maximum of 5.
Now I've kind of done that before, in the way of like I've eaten like a spoonful of the last dab from Hedonist. I've had the bomb, Beyond Insanity, and that sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, like I'm familiar with the pain of a hot sauce.
Yeah. Yes. And as am I. As you have seen.
Yeah.
1 shot of Da Bomb, and I was deep throating your kitchen sink once.
Yeah.
It was getting very sexual, very fast.
And then like I remember we went to Walmart very shortly after, and
I was still dying.
you were in a rough shape.
And that was just after like putting some on a piece of tortilla.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine a whole shot glass of it. Maybe just 1 shot then. Maybe we should just do 1 shot. So the loser takes a shot of hot sauce, depending on how hot it is. Depends on how many shots we do. And has to answer a bunch of questions from the other person. We in agreement?
Yes.
Shake on it?
All right. Can't hear that. We're also
You
shaking.
gotta do it like the kids do it.
Okay.
You gotta do it like the kids do
How do
it.
the kids do it?
You son of a bitch. That sucked dick.
Hold on. Let's try again.
You son of a bitch. There we go. That's what the kids are doing these days. All right. 2 truths, 1 lie.
Oh.
Would you like to go first or would you like me to go first?
I'll let you go first. I
Okay.
kept mine pretty mild for this. I have my little notes here, so I kind of figured you'd be able to see them. So I made sure that they're not in any particular order.
Okay.
But I've kept mine pretty mild.
I'm sorry, read mine out of order.
Go for it.
Okay. We're going to start off hot and heavy here. I was offered $500 to eat my own cum.
Okay.
When I was 15, I ran away from home for 3 weeks after a fight with my brother.
Okay.
And I have faked a COVID test to get out of a booking twice.
Ooh.
Yes.
Damn. So knowing you, I feel like those are all very possible.
Yes. You can't ask questions. You can't ask questions if you're not.
So I don't want to ask questions. I like the mystery.
One more time for the listeners. I was offered $500 to eat my own semen. Specifically on, I'll give you this little detail, specifically on a piece of toast.
Okay.
When I was 15, I ran away from home for 3 weeks after a fight with my brother. So 14 years ago, when we were just teenagers. And I have faked COVID to get out of a booking twice.
I'm going to say that you faked the COVID thing because I feel like if you have, you've probably only done it once.
Is this your final answer? Are you locking in, as the kids say?
I am locking in.
Wesley Crane, I have faked COVID to get out of a booking twice. This is true. Fuck, this is true. I don't remember which one came first, but one of them was for MPX. Do you remember when not the first time I came around, because the first time I came around, I only wrestled there once, and then I was gone for over a year.
Yeah.
And then I came back and started doing more.
Yeah.
You know, I wrestled Thrash, and then I was supposed to wrestle Sky, and I couldn't make it. And then I wrestled Sky the next time I was there anyways, which was like 2 weeks later.
Right.
So I told Richard Hill, I'm pretty sure this, I could be mistaken, but from what my memory is, I told Richard I had COVID, or I was at the very least around somebody with COVID and didn't want to risk it.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I could be wrong. I have to go back. This was almost 5 years ago.
Okay.
What I was actually doing was going on the lazy river in Tahlequah with a girl I was talking to at the time.
I mean,
I did not want to drive out there. It was more so because yes, I wanted to go on the lazy river with the girl, but also I would have been driving alone, and I did not want to.
those drives to MPX by yourself are painstaking.
I've actually come to really enjoy the drives alone when I'm going down there. It's the coming back.
It's coming, yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's
drive,
awful.
The drive down there, you can listen to podcasts like this one, or whatever, and you can have a good chill time. It's that coming back after you've wrestled, after you have exhausted yourself, and then you have that 4 hours, and that 4 hours feels like 8.
All right. Do you want to, just for a moral win, guess between the other two?
I'm gonna say the running away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was 15, I did get into a fight with my brother. I just punched him once. That was it. And that was it. I didn't run away.
Yeah.
I didn't run away for 3 weeks. It wasn't really even a fight. I just punched him once. And yes, I was also offered $500 to eat my own cum on a piece of toast.
I was about to say, like, you realize our listeners won't let you just go without explaining this, right?
Oh, it's easy to explain. If you followed me for long enough, then you know that a year or two ago, I made an OnlyFans.
Hashtag Tommy throws down.
Hashtag Tommy.
That was your line. That's my line. If you fucked it up.
Hashtag Tommy throws down. I made an OnlyFans for a while, and I think I accumulated from start to finish a total of maybe like around 50 different subscribers. It's not like a lot, but it was paying a couple bills here and there. Of those 50, 49 were dudes. And there was one dude in particular that was obsessed. He offered me money for several different things. One of them would be like, I will pay you $500 to let me suck your dick, which I declined. I'll also pay you $500 if you record a video of you eating your own cum and eating like on a toast, like on a piece of toast. The only thing I actually had, I did sell him my pubes once. I'll just put that out there for free.
I remember you telling me about that, and that's why, like, I kind of figured,
Yeah.
after that one, the eating your cum thing, or being offered the large sum of money for eating your, like, that was definitely possible.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. I was definitely offered a lot of money to eat my own semen. I declined, just in case you were curious. And no, my OnlyFans has been deactivated. It does not exist anymore. So you cannot go out there, you dirty, dirty dogs, and find it.
All right, so this is my turn.
Your turn.
Mine is, I would say, way more tame than yours.
So you're eating peppers, or you're taking hot shot sauce.
For sure.
Fucking, I can't speak. You're taking shots of hot sauce.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to decide if you're doing it alone or not.
Yeah. Okay. So, I knew that you'd be able to see my notes this whole time, so I wrote these out of order.
Peaky swear I have not looked at all.
Okay. Well, let's go with my 2 truths, 1 lie. I have met and had lunch with The Rock. I have been on the Rocklahoma stage in front of a live crowd, or I've almost died in the ring. 2 truths.
So one of these I know is true.
Okay.
You almost dying in the ring. And I'm pretty sure I could probably pinpoint where.
Okay.
It was after a match with Sky where you passed out.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I might not be remembering correctly. Can I ask you questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Where did you have lunch with The Rock with?
Survivor Series 2001.
Holy shit. Oh my God. So my first initial reaction was that was a lie. But as the wheels are turning, I'm remembering things that you have told me in the past, specifically like with your dad having connections.
Yeah.
It's okay. So you've been on stage at Rock. I know you've been to Rocklahoma several times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever been on stage. I think that might be the thing that's throwing, like, you've been, like, that's the most believable one. Fuck! The Rock is the most disbelievable one. I don't believe that. But it's so crazy it could be true. 2001. That mean you were like, what, 5 years old? What year are you born?
7, 8, 9, more. Yeah, 5 years old. Oh, 6 years old.
All right. Fuck it. I'm not going to overthink it. You have not been on the stage at Rocklahoma. Fuck, that's true. I'm going to lock it in. Fuck it.
So I have, in fact, met The Rock and had lunch with him.
Okay.
At the table were The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H. It's also where I found out that during the height of his crazy buff days, Triple H would eat Twinkies like no other.
Hell yeah.
I have been on the Rocklahoma stage in front of there are pictures of me on there.
That's the most believable one, too.
I have not almost died in the ring. The moment you're thinking about after the match with Sky, I was at the height of my, I would say, steroid abuse and was ridiculously dehydrated. But I didn't almost die in the ring.
Oh, fuck.
So it sounds like you're joining me.
All right. Well,
Buddy,
we're gonna be poop buddies. We're gonna be poop buddies. Holy shit! Before we,
oh,
holy shit, indeed.
no.
Holy shit! You know, before we started, I was like, we could probably go about 20, 25. We've got 50. We stretched this bitch, and that's the best way to end it.
Tommy, where can they find you?
The Tommy Dean Pro or 30. Search Tommy Dean.
You're the worst.
You know, the worst. Who was the? It was someone that when we were getting feedback on the first episode, someone told you that they know my socials better than I do.
Yeah.
Tommy Dean Pro, the Tommy Dean 32. One of those two. I think TikTok is Tommy Dean Pro, Instagram and X, the Tommy Dean 32. You can get merch at the TommyDeanShop.BigCartel.com. You can also get our tag team merch at Parabellum.BigCartel.com. Might be switching soon, maybe. Yeah,
That might be changing.
might be changing soon. You tell where you go and
While that might be changing soon, we'll definitely let you know when it does and what it will be changed to. However, please subscribe and follow me on all social media at I Am Wesley Crane. Check out the classic collection on my website that includes every apparel design I've ever released over the course of my career. And stay tuned for the winter merch release that are going to feature 13 new designs and items, including t-shirts, hoodies, whiskey glasses, beanies, and more. And I'm announcing right now that is officially dropping on December 1st. So you'll be able to find all of that at www.iamwesleycrane.com. And of course, don't forget to follow BS with Tommy and Wes on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast fix. And we will see you all on the next one.
ain't that some bullshit?